Welcome everyone for on the camera, and welcome everyone that is live on TikTok. We are here at the Fairfield County Infirmary. We're getting ready to do a quick little walkthrough. I have the blessing of being one of the volunteers here. Same thing with Olivia, who's behind this camera here. We're both tour guides here at Fairfield County Infirmary. So give everyone a quick little tour, one that we can share to our peeps on TikTok, and one that we can put for our investigation video. Give you guys a walkthrough. We're going to get spooky, get some investigations going, and then we're actually going to record a podcast episode here. We're not sure quite where we're going to do that yet, but let's go. We're going to go down the stairs and start on the first floor. So, cool thing about Fairfield is, one, she's super, super, super old. Well, not super old. Don't want to be rude to the building, but we are coming up on 200 years. So Fairfield County Infirmary was originally built in 1828. Originally was much, much smaller than this. So we were originally sitting at about 1,400 to 1,500 square feet. And then as the years went on, the needs of the infirmary kind of grew and expanded and populated or grew to about 37 or 38,000 square feet to where we're sitting now. Over the time that it was the infirmary, it was the poorhouse, there was an orphanage, there was all sorts of stuff that ran through this building. And then in the late 80s, early 90s, all of the residents, they were called inmates. They didn't treat them super well here. But all the inmates were moved out and they were sent to nursing homes. And then the Fairfield County Health Department actually took over the building and made it the Fairfield County Health Department. It was then renamed the Miller Building. It was the health department for a handful of years. And then in the 2010s, it sat empty for a little bit, and then I believe it was the Red Cross acquired the building and tried to run a haunted house out of it. They didn't do super well, and then shortly after that, Adam Kimmel, those of you who may know him, he also owns and maintains the Madison Seminary. He basically took this building under his wing and has been working diligently to preserve this building just like he does all of the other buildings that he has. So we're gonna go follow the same route that I normally do when I give tours. Cool thing again, we're actually on the second floor. So the building, when you walk in, just where we walked in down that hallway that Olivia's looking at, you come in and you're like, cool, I'm on the first floor, but you're actually coming on the second floor because the building was kind of built into the side of a hill. So there's going to be one floor below us, which some people call the basement. But one floor below that's going to have the boiler room, that's going to have doctor's office, that's going to have sitting rooms, the morgue is going to be down there, and then there are going to be this floor and the third floor are going to be mirror images of themselves, as well as the front bump outs that are going to be down this hallway here. So there's going to be a front bump out on this floor and a front bump out on the third floor. So we're going to walk down this way. So when the residents of the infirmary lived here, they were separated into males and females, and they really weren't allowed to interact with each other. We do have a list of the
weird, like, strong cigarette smell right through there.
Really?
Did you smell it coming down the stairs?
I do.
Yeah, really strong.
But we do have a list of the original rules in the building. So like they weren't allowed to swear, they weren't allowed to interact with each other, they weren't allowed to consume alcohol. And if they did any of those things, they were taken up to the jail cell, which is going to be up on the third floor. Interesting thing, so I've investigated this building twice as like an actual investigation, but I've been to this building, oh gosh, probably 40 or so odd times. We were doing an investigation, and I was sitting in front of this door like this, leaning against it, and we had a camera sitting right over there, and we're doing a session, and I can feel my heart rate kind of pick it up because of what happened.
Yeah.
So I was sitting, and the door actually like got kicked out at me. So like the door came open like this. We got it on video. My fat behind like rolled across the floor to get away from it. And now I thought that maybe like, because I'm a bigger dude, like I thought that maybe like I pushed the door and it like caught back through the lock. We pulled that camera SD card like immediately and watched it, and the door only comes out. Now, hopefully there's no one standing there. This is just a stairwell to an open landing. So We're not sure really what caused it.
Doesn't it lead up to the room up there?
It
There's
leads
a
up
room.
to, there's kind of like a weird sitting room, but it leads up to the third floor. The crazy thing, so you'll learn as we're going through and doing this tour that the layout of this building is really, really weird. So there's staircases that like split floors.
There's the main staircase.
Yeah.
But
So there's the main staircase, which is right over where this door is, that you can get all the way up and all the way down. But like there's the staircase here that you can go up to the second floor, but then there's also this staircase that is right over here that you can get all the way up to 3. Yeah, so you can get all the way up to the attic on this floor, which
and
you
then
can't.
isn't there a staircase too that's over here, but it goes from 4 to 3 only?
Yeah, so there's weird staircases, and we were doing a flashlight tour one time, and there was a guy that used to work for Fairfield County SWAT, and he said that they actually used to use this building for search and rescue and stuff like that because of the building's weird layout. They said it was always really fun to have a bunch of grown men in tactical gear being scared of going through this building. So I always make this joke, those of you that have seen the tours, if you're taller than 5'5", watch your head. So when this was the health department, these would have been offices. So there's the bathrooms that are down here. There's some sitting rooms and stuff like that, dining halls and things like that for the building. Wish I could close some of these windows. But this space here, so normally when I have people do tours, I have them walk through this space one at a time. So we've got 2 like maintenance rooms. So there's a maintenance room here that the chest is blocking, and then the boiler room is right here. I have people essentially walk through here and stand there in the dark for like 30 seconds, just have them run through, which
You're gonna do it?
Caleb's gonna do.
Where am I going to?
Turn your
You're
light
just gonna
off.
sit right in the middle of where the 2 doors are. So there's a door there and the door there. Just stand there in the middle for maybe like 30 seconds. And I have people do this because I like to see, come back a little bit and just stand like right there and stand there for like 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's dark.
Yeah. So, I mean, so you guys are seeing what we're seeing. It's really, really dark down here. Thank you guys, everyone that is joining so far. But we get a lot of activity down here. I'll get this back to Caleb.
It's definitely a weird feeling.
Yeah, so we get a lot of activity down here. We've gotten lots of crazy pictures down here, especially as crew. One of the craziest things that happened while we were down here is I was walking through this door frame and I got something growled at me from over here. Like I'm walking in this with something growled at me. But we were kind of walking around doing a session and we heard little kids playing outside. Now, it was 2 o'clock in the morning. There are no kids playing outside. There is a school, but it's Ohio University Lancaster, which is across the street.
And it's also college.
It's a college, so there's not going to be like school age children playing. There is reports of a girl that likes to hide back here, giggles and all sorts of stuff. I love having people that have never ghost hunted before.
We just put people
I like people
there
to
this
be,
weekend on tours.
I like people to be adventurous, but not like if it's gonna cause them to have a panic attack. But we had someone she'd never investigated before. She did an Estes session sitting in this chair right here, and did she say it felt like something touched her, or she was getting some weird things?
She was not having a great time.
Yeah, she was not having a good time. So.
Oh, do you want to tell them about right here what this is?
Yep. So cool thing. So like I said, this building was built in 1828. This is the original wall from 1828. So, which I think is pretty cool. We've definitely expanded. Now, we're down here on the first floor. So this is that staircase that Olivia was talking about.
The main
all the way down,
staircase.
all the way up, and then on this staircase that's right here, you can go all the way up to the 4th floor, up into the attic, and all the way back down. So these are the only 2 staircases, to the best of my memory,
that go
you
all
can
the
get
way
all
up
the
and
way
down.
all the way down. Now, when we get up to the attic, I'll tell you guys something really, really kind of morbid, but also really interesting about the staircase. So, Yep. Old newspaper clippings and stuff like that. The guides here, especially Brent and then some of our in-house psychics and Brent and crew and everything like that, they've been working really hard to kind of unearth more of the history of this building. So the group of volunteers that we've got now, not speaking ill of any of the past volunteers, but the group of volunteers that we've got now, I mean, they really do care about this building and they're trying to do as much as they can.
Shout out, Brent.
Yep.
You are the man.
Oh yeah.
So, crazy thing. So, the morgue is right around the corner here. Now,
Right in through there.
back in the 1800s, early 1900s, if you were unclaimed when you passed away, so you didn't have any family, you were a drifter, and you died or something like that, if your body was not claimed, you were legally allowed to be used as medical dissection material. Now, we do have a couple cases of some body snatching that happened from Fairfield. One of them, I'm drawing a blank on the name, so those of you that are watching this, please don't scout me on it. But one of the doctors came in, stole a body, and shoved them into a Arbuckle coffee can. Now, in my head, when I think coffee can, I think Folgers, small coffee can. How are you going to fit a body in there?
But in my head, I'm like,
Exactly.
how's that possible?
So they stuffed a body in an Arbuckle coffee can, and I believe he was on a train, and he only got arrested because the coffee can started to smell. He was taken in front of a judge, who eventually released him and said that he didn't do anything wrong because no one had claimed the body, and due to the laws back then, you were able to be used as medical dissecting material. So the coroner and stuff like that refused to come in here. The building itself is very, very active at times. We have this board here because our beautiful building is almost 200 years old. We are having some issues. We're trying to get them fixed, but the floor is kind of coming off the foundation. Now, the creepiest thing is you will see the tops of people's heads like walking back and forth because there's several rooms back there. So you will see the tops of people's heads like passing back and forth between the rooms. Those of you that have seen Project Fear, I think, Caleb, correct me if I'm wrong, this was the bucket that
I believe
moves.
so.
I think so.
I think.
It was like
So-
from hanging on one side to almost whatever completely.
So we're going to work our way into the morgue here. So we've got autopsy suite in the back here. So we have the morgue here. The autopsy table is not original to the building, but it was brought in, I believe, from New York. But we got the body troughs here, so they would use these troughs to embalm the bodies, and all the fluid would run into the drain here. We do have people that lay in these when we come in and do investigations. It's kind of weird. But body cooler here, food storage here. Some of you are probably thinking, damn, that's gross. So back when this was running as the infirmary, they would store bodies in there, but they would store meat in here. But one of the crazy things about it is because they wanted this whole compound, I guess, to be self-sufficient, they basically, the residents of Fairfield kind of had to fend for themselves. So they were responsible for their food, butchering their food, growing their own food and stuff like that, because the residents of Lancaster didn't really want anything to do with them. So they would store food and meat and stuff like that in here, and then they would store bodies in here. Now, those of you that are from Ohio or anywhere in the Midwest know that in the wintertime, the ground gets very, very hard, and they didn't have heavy machinery and stuff like that to basically dig through the ground, so they would have to store bodies in the cooler for a couple months at a time, and then they would bury them in groups. I don't like using the word en masse, but they would bury several at a time back in the cemetery. Now, crazy thing about the cemetery is that they're all buried standing up to conserve space. And the only reason that we found that out is, I had mentioned previously, Ohio University Lancaster was going to purchase this property, tear this down, and build a school here. But when they started doing some ground penetrating radar, they started seeing all these little blips, and they realized that the bodies were buried standing up. And I believe there's 1,300 or 1,400 people buried back in the cemetery. Now the crazy thing about it is that there are only I think 5 or 6 headstones back there.
I just had.
5 or 6 headstones back there. A couple of them are specific to people, and then one of them is a big tall one that's specific to everyone.
Which is just crazy to think about how many hundreds of bodies are back there unmarked.
Yep.
And all that they have is one
Little headstone.
headstone that represents all of them.
I mean, you said, what they say, like 14, 16?
I think it's 14 or 15.
It's over 1,000.
Yeah, it's over 1,000 just buried in the rope off section. Now the crazy thing is that we are pretty confident that there are bodies buried outside that what's marked
I'm
as
showing the
cemetery.
doctor's office really quick
Oh,
too.
yeah. And my dumbass forgot the doctor's office. So this is the physician's office. We actually had people that when this was the health department, a lot of people would have like their child wellness visits and their work appointments and stuff like that here. So we've had people that have come through to have received like childhood vaccinations.
We
and
have a
stuff
volunteer here that got her childhood shots
in this room.
done in this very room.
It's patients.
Oh, interesting.
Yep. So patients, if you're listening, shout out to you too. So we're gonna head upstairs now. Again, because I'm running this like I run a tour. When you guys walk up from this floor all the way up to the 3rd floor, no matter how
Did you see something?
no matter how in shape you think you are, you will always be out of breath
Oh
when
yeah.
you walk up from this 1st floor up to the 3rd floor.
I haven't done a breath already.
You just wait. So, back up here on the 3rd floor, I talked about some of the rules downstairs, like you couldn't interact with, the males couldn't interact with the females and vice versa. And if they misbehaved, they would be sent into one of the jail cells. So we'll walk down here. One of these, this is the only jail cell that we have left. So basically, they would be put into this room and they would be locked in here for like a day or 2 at a time. It's a pretty active spot. Ghost hunters like to leave items. So there's lots of weird things on the lots of weird things on here. So one of the groups that I investigate with, we leave fuzzy bees. I don't know where they are. They might have been moved, but I mean, people leave dollars, people leave pictures of their kids, people leave tampons, because ghost hunters are weird. So, but yeah, all these rooms, they could have been, when it was the infirmary, they were basically the rooms that patients would stay in. So this room here is Olivia's favorite room.
Oh yeah.
For the life of me, I unfortunately can't remember the name of the lady who lives in this room and who stays in this room. One of our in-house psychics, Christopher, and I think Dawn, they have kind of uncovered a lot of stuff on this floor.
This room is my personal favorite just because I feel like no matter how active the building is being, when you come in here, you're almost secluded from everything. Like I feel like in this doorway, nothing or anyone can enter. Like you're just safe. Also, the two-way, what's it called?
Yeah, 2-way.
Yeah, the two-way mirror.
Because you can't see, well,
You can kind of see it when you go up close to it.
It was probably a lot better back then.
So these were all used as kind of day rooms, and then when the building, the health department took over, they used these as offices and things like that. So we're gonna walk down this hallway to the left to one of the bump outs. The reason I'm bringing this up over to this space here is the very first time that I investigated this building, we put a doll, it was a 100-year-old doll. We put it on that rocking horse, and we set it up. About 4 or 5 hours later, I had walked into this room, and I went to stand like right here. This was shifted to the side. I clicked my flashlight off, and a couple minutes minutes later, we didn't really get anything, and I looked down, and the doll was on the ground.
You still have the clip, right?
I still have the clip.
I'll put it in.
Yeah. Still got the clip. So what happened is I set the doll back up and was like, okay, someone must have knocked it over. Unbeknownst to me, when we walked back down, my buddy Brian was like, hey, why did you move the doll? And I was like, I didn't move, and then it kind of clicked. We did a live review, and the doll got knocked off of the rocking horse. And what makes it even crazier is like we've got the video footage of us setting up, because we had two dolls. We had one right here, and then we had one right here. And we're jumping in front of it, setting it up, trying to make sure that it's not just gonna fall off.
And it didn't move.
Just us walking by. The one doll fell off, but the other one didn't. So
Just look at this awesome pose over here.
can you recreate that pose, Caleb?
Draw me like one of your French girls.
Draw me like one of your French girls. This hallway.
This is where you don't like coming down.
This is about as far as I go. Because of this space here. Now there
will go
are
show them the
several
room.
people that will back me up on this. And Caleb, you and I have investigated several times. Things don't physically affect me a whole lot. Maybe a couple times. Once at Madison that you went when you
That's
and
when
I.
you've heard of me, yes.
Yeah. So I was giving a public. We offer public hunts at Fairfield. And I was standing right here, and I was talking about this men's locker room because we have reports of people getting like touched and all sorts of weird stuff happening back there. It literally felt like someone grabbed me by the shoulders and bent me over and kicked me as hard as they could in the stomach.
This here is the men's locker room. I am strictly relying on the IR light coming in through the camera right now.
We're up here in the attic. Now, I'm gonna turn the lights off here in a second so everyone can kind of see what it looks like. But this building has no air conditioning and no heat, so it's really toasty.
We're making this quick up here.
Yeah, we're gonna make it quick. So this space up here, so there's the three pylons, or the three sets. When the lights are off, you cannot see past the third one. It just looks like a black void. We have reports of a 7 to 8 foot tall shadow figure that walks back and forth down here, that walks back and forth over here. We have EVPs. I audibly heard a woman say hello. I was standing right here and I heard hello. Like we caught it on audio as well. Brett was standing here and caught it on his audio from over here. So super.
You also have the footsteps trailing too.
Yeah, so one of the things that we like to do, one of the things that we like to do, and one thing that we're gonna have Caleb do, is we'll stand here, and if you, oh yeah. So what we do is you walk down all the way to the end, and then you hang out there for maybe 30 seconds, and we've done it several times. As you walk back, as you're taking your steps, there are footsteps trailing about a half a step behind you.
I have had that same thing happen over by the chains as well. I mean, in my personal opinion, I think it's this whole floor.
So it's
But down here, like the long hallway.
super dark. So now it's dark. Obviously this hall light is on because I had to create like a barrier. But so we have the stairs up here that go up into the lookout. So back when this was running as the poor farm, and
I
all that
personally
jazz,
will not be going up there.
this was the lookout, so the superintendent and their staff could look around and see all the way around because there was farm fields and stuff like that. Now, talked previously about a jail cell. Now, what happens if people still misbehaved? They were taken upstairs. And
From the jail cell.
From the jail cell, and they were taken to this row of hooks in the wall. We are now in what was called the dungeon. So, if you misbehaved, you were basically chained to the wall. Now,
All of these spots
the
here,
hooks are original,
here,
the chains are not. So this
all
is
the way
original.
down the wall, all of these
So potentially you could
little spots here were where the hooks were.
maybe 10 people,
So over here,
give or take.
this hook, we have this hook, and we have a hook or two over there that are all original, but you said what, the chains themselves are not original, but all of the hooks
Yeah, the hooks are.
that are still here are, this one's hanging on by a thread.
Yep. So we
But it's
did
all
have-
original.
and I always get it wrong. There was one confirmed death up here, and I can't remember if it was because it was too cold or it was too hot. But someone did pass away up here. Now, one thing that I like to point out, so that front staircase,
That we showed down on the
that
first
front
floor.
staircase, we're gonna come over here.
Wait, Matt, in the middle of summer,
So
roasting up here?
this wall was added. So Caleb, if you take the phone and you look down here, you can see all the way down to the first floor. All the way down. So the walls were added when it became the health department. So
The staircase goes all the way
the
down.
staircase goes all the way down. So if you were chained up to the wall and you're screaming and stuff like that, it's gonna echo through the whole building. I have a crazy story. So my father comes out here every once in a while and will do tours with me. And Caleb, I want to have you stand right here just so to add to the experience. So we're talking to some patrons that came out to, it was one of their birthdays, I think. And we're talking about some stuff, and my dad's into the paranormal as well. We're talking and stuff like that, and I had like turned around or something, and I look back and my dad is gone. Like, I'm just like, where the hell did he go? And I continue talking, and I look back this way, and my dad is all the way into that space down there, past the area that we call the chicken coop, and he's like, Brad, did you not see the lady standing in the window? And I'm like, what are you talking about?
Shine your light so they can see where the window
There's
is.
a window down there. So basically what happened is he was talking and he had looked and saw a woman standing kind of like this, just like,
Ow,
you okay?
God, I just cracked my head.
Standing like
Oh, yeah.
this, kind of looking out the window, and he started to walk towards her. So he's walking this way, and again, I made a joke about it earlier. If you're taller than 5'5", he ducked like this, and as soon as he cleared it, he looked up and she was gone. All the way down there. So what makes it even crazier is shortly after that, he was leaving, and he walks out the front door, and there's kind of like a wheelchair accessible ramp. And he was walking down, and something ran after him as he was leaving. And he called me. He's like, hey, you didn't follow me out? And I'm like, nope. Something ran after
Yeah.
him. So we're going to head this way.
If you ever come here, watch your head, because the amount of times that I've seen people smack their head there, I've smacked my head, just smacked my head right here too.
Orphanage and extra day rooms and stuff like that. One thing we do like to point out is this wallpaper is original. It's beautiful wallpaper, but this is original to the building. So we've had people, it's crazy. Like we've had people that have said, hey, like, why is this building rigged? I'm like, what do you mean? And they're like, this building is rigged. Like I was sitting on this specifically this one. They're like, I was sitting on this spring and it moved. I felt someone sit down next to me like, you guys rigged it. And I walked up and
How
I
would
literally,
we rig
I
it?
flipped it over in front of her and said, how are we gonna rig this? This is literally a metal box.
So now when was this? The orphanage.
It was the orphanage during like the same time. Like it kind of like all ran together at the same time. I can double check my history. Give me 1 second. So it was the orphanage until 1885 when the Fairfield County Children's Home was built.
Until 1885.
Yep. So
Love the wallpaper.
I haven't really talked about a lot of the deaths, but the big death that everyone seems to know about is Jane Householder. There's a lot of speculation as to like people think that she passed away in this room or in this chicken coop area. But basically what happened, because the building had no heat or anything like that, she was trying to basically light a stove to warm herself up. And she actually caught herself on fire and passed away in one of the day rooms approximately 6 to 8 hours later. So thank you everyone. That was a nice little walkthrough of the Fairfield County Infirmary. I hope you guys enjoyed a little bit of that history. But now give us a couple of minutes and we're going to gather our gear and we're going to investigate the Fairfield County Infirmary. All right, everyone, welcome back. We are down here in the first floor of Fairfield County Infirmary. We're kind of down in the super dark, spooky, creepy hallway. Basically, I'm looking into the boiler room area. We have a REM pod set up that Olivia's going to show you, and then we have a paranormal music box sitting in the door frame, and then Caleb has an audio recorder that we're going to get going.
An extremely bright headlamp.
Yeah, the super bright headlamp.
And I am sitting facing the dark hallway.
Yeah, we're gonna. this is actually kicking off Caleb's first investigation of FCI.
There we go.
And
That's a car.
That's a car.
Kicking off Caleb's first investigation at Fairfield County Infirmary. But we're gonna just start off super basic and ask some questions and see if we get anything. And I'm already feeling real uncomfy staring into this room.
So we got the voice recorder here. I'm just gonna go ahead and start it. I'm gonna sit it on the water fountain here. That way it's kind of away from us, so we're not messing with it. But
Okay.
all right, EVP session number 1. Setting down on the water fountain.
Do you have it recording?
It is recording.
Okay.
My name is Caleb. This is Bravin and Olivia.
I'm just
Cat balls.
tossing out some cat balls, just for everyone's count. I'm gonna toss out 3.
Okay. I would end that recording in a second once he moves everything out. And then restart it.
Making all
This way it's dead
noise.
silent.
I'm a douche canoeing.
Because someone here doesn't know how to stay still or be quiet. Stomping like Bigfoot down this hall.
My wife says the same thing.
Alright, I'm stopping this.
Cat ball 1, 2, 2.
Ooh, that cat was going off.
Oh wow. And 3 right behind me.
Cat did.
Okay.
Can you
Alright.
let go of that cop? Oh, thank you. Alright, let's try this again here.
Okay.
Sorry.
Way to go, Bravin.
EVP session number 2. Setting it down. There's a little orange light in here on the water fountain. If you could possibly come and tell us your name, tell us anything you want actually, it would give you the opportunity to have your voice be heard. We mean no disrespect. We just come to be able to talk with you.
It's a car.
Cat ball behind me.
If you're out down there in the hallway, please come in. Were you a patient here? Or they were called inmates, correct?
Yeah, they were called inmates when they were here.
Did you find the term inmate kinda insensitive? Did you feel like you were an inmate? Cat ball again.
I feel like I just heard a knock.
I heard it in there, the boiler room.
No, I heard it from down there.
I'm saying, I thought it sounded like coming from over there by Olivia.
If there's anyone in that boiler room, can you touch that red light? Or get near it. There's also a cat ball in the door frame.
Cat ball's going off again.
Please come in here.
We have 2 other cat balls set up out. Oh.
Thank you.
Can you-
I got goosebumps on my leg right now.
Can you turn on this third one here? It's right in front of
The
Olivia.
one stopped. The one behind me still going off. Oh. That one's back on.
Love it.
And it's not like.
There's
not
one right
moving
here in
at
the
all,
doorway.
No one's moving.
This is when it's like shadows are gonna like move on the wall.
and then I'm gonna vomit everywhere.
Which like messes with your eyes.
These two are still going off. Are you able to turn them both off for me?
So like,
Thank you. Can you turn the other one off?
the weird thing with that is they're gonna run through a cycle
Thank you.
regardless. I think it's like a 5 or a 10-second cycle.
Mhm.
So when it gets moved, it cycles.
It runs for.
It
Oh
runs
my
for
god,
like-
the other one came back on.
Yeah, both of them run. Please step away from the cat ball.
There's a third cat ball right here in the doorway. Are you able to
Can
turn
you
this
move?
one on as well?
Can you move to the middle room and turn
I'm
that
gonna
on
have a
for us?
seizure. Like having these strobe like this. I'm
Do you
scared
want to
a little bit.
end that EVP recording really
Let this
fast
one
and
go.
play it back? Just play it for about a minute or two.
EVP session number 2. Shutting it down. There's a little orange light in here on the water fountain. If you could possibly come and tell us your name, tell us anything you want actually, it would give you the opportunity to have your voice be heard. We mean no disrespect. We just come to be able to talk with you.
So
Oh God.
we're gonna do an Estes session. Caleb, we call him our king of Estes.
It's you.
It is Caleb. So whenever
In there.
he's in there, whenever he goes under, it gets absolutely wild. So he's in there.
It stirs
he's
things
sitting.
up.
It stirs things up.
Mhm.
So there is a cat ball on the water heater behind him. It's right over his shoulder.
Mhm.
So we're gonna let this run through.
We also have the REM pod, vent
Ooh.
box cat ball, another cat
Wow.
ball, and then out around the corner in the hallway we have the music
Did y'all just move
box.
anything?
No,
Mm-mm.
you're on an entirely separate pad.
Mhm. And I am about to be sat between two mirrors. If you
I-
know, you know.
I thought you guys just moved this crate.
Mm-mm.
Like I felt like underneath me. That's.
All right, go under.
So while Caleb's under, what we're gonna do
I thought or I found.
is Olivia and I are gonna ask questions in a little bit of a lowered tone. It sounds like it can hear. I think it can pick us up.
If we talk like this, because
Silence.
quiet enough. Should we
Thank you
turn
for
the
doing
vent
that.
box off for a minute so we can just
Yeah.
fully focus on what he's saying?
Here, bring it here. I'll turn it off.
Alright, we just turned the front box off so we can fully listen to what Caleb is getting coming through. And if we hear any sounds out in the hallway, we should be able to hear them pretty clearly now. But yeah, we're gonna talk in a lower tone because
We don't
the
want
camera
Caleb
can
to
still pick
hear.
us up, but talking like this, there's no way. I don't know if you guys can hear, but when we sit here silent, you can actually hear it, the
9?
SB7 sweeping through his radio. So it's up loud enough in his
Yeah.
ears that he can't hear what we're asking.
And he has a blindfold on. so-
Thanks.
He has a blindfold on, so he all of his senses are kind of blocked off.
Can you tell us how many people are in this room right now? Caleb tends to get a lot when he's under.
Every time I tell myself something,
Caleb tends to get a lot coming through whenever he's under, but
your
Whenever-
Dean.
whenever he's under, it really tends to just stir up the activity of whatever
Everything
room. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us the name of one of us in this room right now?
You?
What's my name?
Trying?
Are you trying to remember her name, or are you trying to say her name?
God, that scared me.
Can you touch Caleb on the right shoulder if you're back there with him?
Or set off the cat ball behind him. I'm like looking in the hallway because I want to see if I see anything, but I also don't like looking out there because it's dark and spooky.
It's terrifying. I feel like the building's building up to something. Like I feel.
Like we're about to have some fuck shit happen.
Yeah.
I'm sitting in between two mirrors.
Are you able to tell us your name?
Glowing?
What's glowing?
Light?
Okay.
Are you talking about the light on the REM pod right here in front of Caleb?
Can you touch that glowing red light?
Oh my god. Oh my god.
If that's you that's touching it, can you step away from it, please?
I was not expecting that.
Behind you.
Behind me and Bravin or behind Caleb?
Follow.
I don't like that.
Oh shit. Alright, if that was you that set that off, can you turn it, or yeah.
Can you step away
turn
from it?
off?
Three.
There are 3 of us in this room. Is that what you're referring to?
Next.
Can you step away from this device right here and turn it off for us for just a
Man,
minute?
it feels like there's someone just standing right on my right side. Like,
Did
it's
he say behind you?
like that.
And I did say if you're back there, touch him on the right side. Do you want to go ahead and reset that?
Okay. Yeah. Here, I'll take the camera for a second. I want to stay right here. Holy shit. And this is why we always have Caleb go under, because shit like this always
God knows.
Here, do you want to take it?
Cover.
Okay, so we just reset the device right here in front of Caleb. Are you able to walk up to it and set it off and touch it again? To let us know that you're still here?
Or can you activate the cat ball that's behind him?
Caleb said that it felt like someone was behind him. If you're back there, can you set off that cat ball that we have set up?
I'm there.
If you're there behind Caleb, can you set off the cat ball that we have set up behind him?
It just said behind you again. That's like the 4th time, and I'm hoping it's saying behind y'all.
If you are behind Caleb, if that is who you are referring to, can you set off the cat ball behind him or set off the REM pod
I'm right behind you, Olivia.
directly in front of Caleb? Or if you are behind Caleb, can you give him a tap on his right shoulder?
Yeah, that was Caleb moving. That was him.
If you were referring to being behind me or Bravin, can you come out from behind us and set this REM pod off that is directly in front of Caleb with the glowing red light?
Where's my foot?
Holy shit, the music box. I just jumped.
So, the music.
Go ahead. I think your
No. Can you step away from that music box, please? Okay. So, Caleb, we're now gonna record for the channel. I'm gonna turn that light off. Jesus. Just for a second.
here, maybe I can do the red. Maybe they can see. There you go.
Okay. So, Caleb, wanna explain what we're doing?
Olivia is currently doing an Estes method using the SB7 Spirit Box.
Demon,
Oh,
go back.
No, I'm not going back.
Turn around.
So basically what this is Olivia is using SB7. It sweeps radio signals at, what, like a tenth of a second, I believe?
Yeah, I mean, you can.
Go back there.
So something wants us in the broiler room, I'm guessing. But
Turn.
she's got noise canceling headphones, so she cannot hear what we're asking. And she is just she's basically, I guess the theory is that spirits can communicate through the SB7 through Olivia, so we can ask questions that the
Get out.
spirits can then respond to, in which she can relay to us. If you guys have a question you want us to ask,
Always.
type it in there and we'll ask whatever you guys want. Can you tell me who was in the broiler room with me while I was doing the Estes?
Hi.
Hello. How many spirits are down here right now? Or is there a spirit down here?
2.
Okay. 2 spirits? Or are you saying 2 that are us?
Spirits here.
Dude!
Okay, that's very specific. Can spirit reach the ISS?
Don't.
Do you mean the Indiana State Sanatorium, Scott?
Out here. Morgue.
Someone in the morgue? Were you an inmate here?
I meant it.
You meant it.
So,
Go back.
since I changed the batteries, That REM pod hasn't gone off.
No. I was just about to say, are you able to touch one of our pieces of equipment?
Grab?
Yes, please grab that.
Bravin.
Or grab Bravin.
Damn it.
We will.
Appreciate it.
It's Caleb's first time here. Can you grab him instead?
Yeah, but they feel more comfortable with you. You've been here a lot more.
So for those of you that were not part of our
Look up.
For those of you that were not part of our previous live, both Olivia and myself are tour guides here. So
My entire life.
we spend a lot of time here. So I've been here probably, my guess is probably close to 30 times, 30 or 40 times. Olivia is
Don't judge me.
I'm gonna judge, is a freshly minted,
My name?
Yes, please tell us your name. To be honest, some of these responses are eerily perfectly timed and that I can't explain.
Go with the wind. Incoming.
oh god.
Is it a full moon today? Does anybody know?
It looked like it was.
I was saying, I'm curious if it's
Last night looked like it. If it wasn't, it's gonna be one tonight.
super moon, Danny. Okay.
My name? Frank.
I was hoping they were going to say Jeff there for a second. My name's Jeff.
My name's Jeff.
Yeah, supermoon. Maybe that has something to do with the energy that's...
The crazy thing is, like, when you were under, there was a certain point where, like, Olivia and I were both, it felt like it was building up to something. Like, it felt like it's crazy because I've been in this building so many times, and, like, every time I'm here, it's something different. Like, sometimes I can walk through this building completely by myself with no problems, and then sometimes I'm like,
My brother, Eric.
We've had Eric and Frank.
mm-hmm.
I mean, you know the history. I don't know if
I
there's...
don't not off the top of my head. I would probably have to go back through and look.
I mean, there is supposedly...
Are you guys walking around?
No.
Caleb's about 10 feet away from you.
Did anyone just walk right behind me?
No.
I felt the footsteps like right behind me. I thought you were walking up right behind me with the camera.
Here, can stand
Nope.
over here just to.
Lovely. I'm going back under.
As I was saying, that there is believed to be...
Oh my god, it was like a blood curdling scream.
14 to 1,600
At
bodies that are buried out in the backyard, and they're actually buried
Standing
up as compared to a normal casket that you would see. They were buried standing up to preserve room, that there was that much death on this property.
Turn around.
Dude, what's really weird though, I just scratched like the back of my neck, the like, you know, those like wispy little hairs on the very back. It felt like something like tried to tickle that, and I just scratched that as she said that.
Pager.
Bro, it's popping off.
This is very active with this. We can tell you're very talkative. Can you turn on one of these devices for me, please? Or maybe you can make a knock. You know, maybe a noise that we could hear audibly that me and Bravin can hear.
$20.67.
2067.
Patience.
Okay, that's not weird at all.
And military.
I don't know what's going on. Thank you to everybody who's joining in with us. Please like and share.
Can you maybe tell us what Olivia's middle name is?
The left? So much more.
God, I forgot that doll was right there.
The doll scared you?
I look over and there's a doll holding a fork. That's forked up.
Can you make a noise for us, please? Maybe whistle. Knock on a wall. You know, hello? I was at the Asher Walton house last week and I had whistling at me.
I will say.
So we are getting a little, for those of you that are listening, we are getting a little bit of road noise. This window is open, so just kind of keep that in mind.
Again, whoever's down in the basement, my name is Caleb.
Hold it.
My name's Bravin, and Olivia is
In the chair.
in the chair.
We have introduced ourselves. Could you possibly introduce yourself to us?
On the floor.
Dude, I don't know if it's my eyes messing with me,
Die.
No thanks.
Yeah.
but there's a window directly across, and I feel like I keep seeing something walk across the door.
Here I am.
You hear that too?
Yeah.
Something just moved. I don't know if that's upstairs.
It sounded like it was from over there, and she said, "Here I am," right at the same time.
We are currently in the.
You're right.
What is this? What is this considered? The basement, first
It's
floor.
technically the first floor, and it looks like this is the most time I've ever spent in this room. I think it's kind of like a dining or like a sitting room or something.
Something
like
just
that.
touched my arm. It felt like someone ran their finger on my arm. I just jumped.
Olivia just got touched.
Did you just touch Olivia?
Yeah, so we are down in the basement area right now.
Oh, I don't like that.
Can you tell us how many people are in this room right now?
Can you turn this music box on?
We come alive.
When do you come alive?
The girl.
What about the girl? No, you be nice. She's a volunteer here. You be nice to her. What the fuck?
Did you just move behind
Dude,
me?
yes, that was me.
Oh my
Holy
god,
fuck.
did you see me jump?
What did I just miss? All
Dude,
I heard you was
something in the corner literally went, like something skated across the floor.
You moved so quick and it was a big thud.
Dude.
And I just jumped so hard.
Why else would I move?
I don't know, but I just jumped.
Yeah, it sounded like it was from behind you, Caleb.
Well, we were setting up equipment. Then the REM pod started going crazy. Did you see just the flashlight? Just whoa. I kid you not, we just set this up. We have the REM pod here, flashlight, and then a little bit on down. You can kind of see it. We have the music box.
So,
do you want to reset that?
Sitting with my back over there. I want to sit right
But Yeah, we decided to come all sit at the end of the hallway.
There you go.
Oh my god.
As soon as that turned on, the REM pod went crazy.
Is there any way that they can interfere with each other?
No.
If that's you messing,
Holy. I mean, isn't this area of the attic like notoriously known for being like
Just
trigger
super active.
object? Hey, like,
Super active, and there is a 7 to 10 foot tall figure that
oh,
moves down at the far end of the hallway.
oh, that's nice.
like by the chicken coop or like the end of this
By the
hallway
end
on
of,
this
like,
side?
section.
Well, that's just lovely. You can sit here and use the devices for a minute and then
Can you turn on the music box that's a little bit farther down the hallway?
throw Caleb under the SDs.
What the hell?
Do you hear that?
No, did you see that?
What did you see?
I just saw a flashlight at the very end of the hallway.
What?
Like on this side or like all the way down by the chicken coop?
It's like it was in the chicken coop. I just saw a random light and then it just like turned off.
There's nothing over there.
Cause you can see like the like glare, right? The little glow.
Mhm.
So it's like something walked across that and cut that
Oh
off.
my god.
So something walked in front of the door frame, is what you're saying.
Yes.
Fucking gross.
I watched the shadow and then or the glow and then I just saw nothing and
Here,
then the glow
take
was
this
back.
because I can't see down there.
I can't even see the glow now at all with this.
So we see that you know how to use the REM pod and the flashlight. We also have a music box set up right behind the flashlight. If you're in here with us, all that we need you to do is just walk directly in front of it and set that off too, please. There's the flashlight right behind it. You just have to walk in front of the music box.
Dude, what is going on?
Thank you for setting off the REM pod. Can you walk in front of the music box now too, please?
Make it real bright.
That was
For that?
that was
Mhm.
fucking loud.
That was loud.
I'm really hoping the camera might pick that up.
If that was you, can you make that sound again?
Yeah, 100%. That's like someone stepping on the wood, and like you hear
That
that
was the
crack.
chair.
Yeah, sure it was. You pooped yourself.
Dude, this is some of the most intense REM pod activity.
Mhm. You're setting off 2 of the 3 devices. There's one more. It's the music box.
That's my belly.
Oh.
I'm gonna clap once. Can you, or I'm going to clap. Can you make however many knocks to how many claps I make? It's like the fucking bell thing that I was having a stroke. Okay, I'm gonna clap. Can you make knocks for how many times I clap?
Can you walk away from that REM pod for a minute, please?
Why is it like it's doing the like you clap and then it just chirps?
Yeah.
It's like I'm not gonna.
You clapping and it's setting that off or anything though, isn't it?
The Clap should not set that off.
It's crazy to get this much flashlight activity.
It was like barely doing it. It turned on like 3 times downstairs.
The echo is fucking gross.
Okay, I am going under.
Is that her?
Hey,
Oh, that's her. Okay. I was like, I don't know what that
Did you guys just move?
No.
no.
I just felt the floor move. Alright, I'm going under.
She's for sure getting touched.
Bravin,
I think
we're
she's.
friends.
We are friends. I think she's making it up every time she says my name.
I don't think she is.
There's no fucking way. Can you tell us where we're at?
Better not. Bring her out.
Can you turn that?
Olivia. Never forget.
Turn that REM pod on for me.
3.
There's 3 of us.
Can you turn on one of the cat balls that's around Olivia?
Walking.
It's my goal to get them to go off in a circle.
You can walk in here.
I swear to you, I just saw a fucking shadow down in the chicken coop, like right before that flashlight kicked on.
Bravin.
Go walk down there, bro. What was that?
She thought she can.
What the fuck was that?
Dude, I feel uncomfy, bro.
Is the button. She's it.
There was another one.
Bro, there's something walking back there.
I'm running. Spirits. That was loud and aggressive. It just said spirits.
They were
Haunting.
running at them from up here. They got to the top of the stairs and something ran directly at them.
Dude, that's freaking crazy. I'm just sitting here in awe. Like, this is insane.
There's 2.
2 spirits or 2 of us?
Everything.
Okay,
Mine now.
that's fine. Is it 2 cat balls you want?
Started growling.
Turn on the cat balls and we'll keep them here for you.
Had no activity from the REM pod. And no activity from the music box.
Don't back down.
We're not.
Can you tell us where we're at?
She feels it.
feeling like
The message.
I keep feeling like I'm seeing something move. Like, so like I'm looking at these pillars. The third one.
The fuck was that? I'm not shitting
Shut
you.
the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
What? What? What?
The building just fucking shook.
That was fucking.
The building shook?
Yes.
The entire building fucking shook, dude.
Did you feel it?
Yes.
Yes.
I didn't feel anything.
It sounds like
It literally sounded like
a
someone.
sliding, like a real like janky ass door, just like.
Like
The building shook.
Physically shook, or you heard something shaking.
I
Both.
felt the floor move and we heard that noise.
It was fucking loud. Like it wasn't like a quick like. Because we've heard
Where
a couple.
did you hear it? Like behind you or like
Behind you, but it sounded like it was
Underneath
downstairs.
us.
It literally sounded because like we've heard some sounds and it's like
You're
it's
freaking out.
been
I didn't feel.
it's been
I,
quick.
honestly, I didn't hear anything. I didn't feel anything.
I felt my feet.
It's
felt
been-
that the
it's
entire
been
time.
quick.
I have one foot on the floor and it's been planted. I didn't feel a damn thing.
that was fucking crazy, dude.
What was that?
What was what?
I don't know. It sounded like a howl or a growl or something.
That was fucking insane. The audio had to have caught that.
That
That
was
was
the
it.
loudest.
That was
Like
at
you
01,
physically
01
felt-
like 20. Yes, 100.
That is the
percent.
loudest noise I've ever heard in an investigation before.
Easy, 100%.
And I was fucking under. I didn't even get to hear it.
Now you know how I feel.
Yeah, true. Okay, am I going back under?
Fuck yeah,
Dude.
that
What
was
time,
awesome.
What time is it right now?
I timestamped it on the audio.
Okay, because I need to see that.
01
So
20-ish.
It sounded like from under you,
Yes.
Yes.
but you physically felt the
Yes.
ground.
I felt the floor like
Move.
shake under me.
What the?
What's the weather right now?
Dude, it's completely clear.
I'm just saying,
it's-
like, there's no thunder or nothing, right?
No, that wasn't thunder, bro.
Okay, I'm going back under.
What?
Dude, that
Fuck
was
was
fucking
that?
amazing.
Because you literally are sitting there talking about, like, I'm running.
I don't like that. Okay, this flashlight's going off, and I'm just.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's going off like crazy.
I'm not moving it on. I'm just sitting. here.
Nothing else. Is
Nothing
going
else
off,
has
though.
gone off. No electronics.
It
But
is
we've been
69
hearing.
degrees and
Do
clear.
you want to move the flashlight a little closer, just so it's in a little bit of a different position?
No, I think it's okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, that had me a little spooked.
Dude, that was fucking awesome. That was amazing.
When we get back downstairs, I want to rewatch this clip
Okay.
because I want to see it
Okay.
because I missed it.
Like it had to have been caught. That was fucking loud.
Okay.
I've never experienced anything like that.
No,
At
that's
any location.
Honestly, that's the only other time that I've heard something even was at the WashU. It sounded like someone kicked a door in. That was the only other.
Okay, well, I just covered my whole fucking face.
That's fine.
Alright, I'm going back under.
Was that not her?
That was her.
Okay.
That was her. Yeah, that was her.
I'm on edge, bro.
Dude, that was fucking nuts.
I am on edge. If that was you who did that,
Downstairs.
Dude, shut the fuck up, Olivia. Hey,
What?
dead ass. Caleb just said, if that was you,
who? And
It-
then you said
downstairs. Immediately.
Are you
Fucking
I'm
immediately.
not kidding, dude.
What the fuck is happening?
Dude, this is insane. Go back under.
Okay. Powerful.
Bro, I am about ready.
Nobody on there?
That was a car.
I about ran when that fucking happened, bro.
Can you make that sound again?
Downstairs.
Are you in the basement?
Go down.
Good?
Yeah, scratch my face. That way if I have to run, you got Tell us where you're at downstairs. What part of the building?
Dude, there's dead ass someone moving down there. What
What?
the fucking balls?
What?
Dude, there's dead ass someone moving down there. What,
What?
the fucking balls?
What?
You fucking saw that, right?
No, I heard whatever that noise was. Something sounded like it was dragging.
Dude,
What
I feel like I'm
happened?
gonna throw up. That was fucking filthy.
What
Something was
happened?
just dragged on the floor directly behind you. It was like,
Stop! I don't tell me this while I'm still sitting here.
just ask what happened.
Dude, and what makes it even filthier is I literally watched a figure go from right to
Shut
left.
the fuck up! No, you didn't.
Dude,
Behind me?
bro, dude.
Okay, hold on.
I just gave him the camera because I
Okay.
said, take this in case I run. I don't want to be responsible. And then we heard,
Dude, I've got.
Are you talking about me and Bravin? Or both devices? I guess we have 3 devices though. What do you mean see them both? Are you talking about spirits or people?
Can you make one? We're almost done up here. Can you make one big loud sound? And we will head downstairs and we'll wrap up our investigation.
something is touching my back.
If you're touching Caleb's back,
Something's touching my fucking back, yo.
for real?
Yes. I just felt 2 fingers touch my back, like right in the middle.
Nice, now go back under. Nothing's there.
Brandon proposed to her.
What?
Okay, if that was you that was touching Caleb, can you touch him on the left leg? If you touch Caleb on the left leg, we will pack up our stuff and head down and finish up our investigation. Or can you make a really loud bang?
Can you make a
We're gonna
loud...
do that for 1 more minute, then we're gonna pull him out.
Okay. If you are up here and you would like us to leave, can you, can you make a loud...
Right there.
Can you make a loud bang, a loud tap,
A knock.
a loud
A loud
knock,
sound.
loud thud, can you drag something?
Dude, something just touched my fucking back again.
Okay, you can be done.
Alright guys, so we just finished filming our investigation. We just finished in the attic, and apparently while I was under the Estes, the guys experienced some crazy things.
Yes.
Hands down.
I can't
Caleb,
explain
tell them what you just said about Fairfield.
By far the scariest place I think I've ever investigated.
Which is crazy because Caleb
You
and
guys
I
don't
have
know
done
Caleb
some
like we
crazy
do,
stuff
but
together.
to hear Caleb say that is
It's
pretty
it's
crazy.
It's pretty intense because I mean him and I have done some pretty crazy places. I mean, hopefully the camera caught the audio.
I hope so.
It just
Because I want to hear it. I didn't get to hear it.
And we got to hear it and feel it.
Yeah. But
it was good. It was good.
we are about to film our podcast where we are going to be doing a recap of our investigation.
We do an investigation. We are going to have a podcast filmed, hopefully on site, while we're still wrapping everything up. Give you guys kind of like a tell-all. Those will be released on that Wednesday. So the investigation is going to be on Monday to be consistent for content drops, and then the podcast that correlates to the investigation will be released on Wednesday.
So keep an eye out on Wednesday for our podcast recap about our night here at the Fairfield County Infirmary. Other than that, I think we're going to head out. Like,
subscribe, share,
comment.
And those of you that tuned in to the several TikTok lives that we did, thank you guys for tuning in. We really appreciate it, and we'll hope to do some more of those in the future.
Our link tree will be in the description. Make sure to check it out. Follow us on all social medias because we will be doing live stream behind the scenes and live streams during investigations like we did tonight. You don't want to miss it. Make sure to stay tuned. Yeah, by the time you guys are seeing this, we will have our spooky season merch drop out.
Yep.
The boys are wearing their shirts. I'm wearing a Fairfield shirt. But
we're
we
wearing
also,
shirts.
fun fact, the photo shoot that you guys have already seen by now, we actually shot those pictures earlier today here at Fairfield. But other than that, make sure to follow us on all social media. Stay tuned, and thank you guys for watching.